What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Top 5 Podcast, a show where every week we choose a topic and give it a top 5 ranking. I'm your host, Ron McNerney, and joining with me today are my best friends, Zach Blanner.
What's up?
Colin Harding.
Hello.
And Matt Bush.
Boom, boom, boom.
Today is a special episode of Top 5. It's our very first holiday podcast, and this week we are going to rank our top 5 Christmas movies and specials. So, boys, are we ready?
Yes, sir.
Oh, boy.
Perfect, because I'm going to kick it off this week with my number 5. And it's one we talked about in the pre-recording session of Top 5 today. It is the Drake and Josh Christmas special. Say that to no applause. Okay.
I mean, it's like fine.
No, I mean, I honestly, Ron, I probably would put it in my top 5 TBs, but I didn't even think like me saying it just before we recorded, which I'm happy that sparked something inside of you, but I mean, I would put it in my top 5. There's other things I had to take priority. Yeah, no, I mean, like when I think back, like a lot of my list is like moments or like movies I consistently watched like with my family and things like that. So like that's the main. The Drake and Josh is good. My family didn't get around the TV around Christmas time to watch Drake and Josh's Christmas.
No, that's fair. I mean, if you remember back to the top 5 shows from when we were kids, shout out if you haven't watched that episode. Yeah, you should go watch it. Drake and Josh was on my list, and you talking about it kind of just brought up like the memories of just how great Drake and Josh was, and I like the Christmas special of like a lot of those Nickelodeon shows a lot, so I feel like Drake and Josh of all the shows would have to be on my top 5 list.
Rest in peace to Kimbo Slice.
Rest in peace, Kimbo Slice.
Yeah, I wasn't. My list is definitely comprised of things that were more about like gathering around the television.
Mm-hmm.
Not because like I mean, my parents really did like Drake and Josh. Like that was actually the only show that I would call like a kid show that they would watch with me. But it was never really I don't know. It was never really their cup of tea whenever it came to that stuff. They wanted like genuine Christmas stuff.
No, yeah, I get that, and I can agree with it. This is just more of like my list for the rest of them consists around like just movies we would all watch together. But just for more of like the nostalgia factor and the entertainment factor of just me in general, like that's one I know I could watch back and enjoy a lot. But yeah.
Hey, Fleabee but Krishna is all I gotta say.
Matt, what is your number 5?
My number 5, I think it's a little underrated in the grand scheme of things. I don't know if y'all have watched
like
it.
Socially or
Yeah, like socially.
okay.
It's Unaccompanied Minors.
Dude,
Ooh, Unaccompanied Minors are a good one. That almost made my honorable mention.
It is all right. I'm not gonna
It's
say
hilarious, dude. It's so funny the whole time. I'm just dying of laughter.
Man, I forgot about that movie. Thank you for bringing that back into my life, though.
It's pretty original too. Just the story of like the kids getting like lost in the airport and just like doing Home Alone level shenanigans. It's just a fun watch.
Zach, you seem to like the movie a lot. Oh, I guess and Colin too. You both had your reactions. Do you like the movie, or are we gonna hear about it later?
You're not gonna hear about it later from me, but it is a good one.
I love the movie. I freaking love the movie. It is an awesome Christmas movie. Simple Plain wrote a song specifically for the movie. I think it was specifically for the movie because I can't find it literally anywhere, unless it's like some pirated version. Like,
did you say Simple Plain or Simple Plan?
Or Simple Plan. I'm sorry,
okay.
I misspoke. I don't know. I don't know what it is about that movie, but I just think it's hilarious. The kid from Everybody Hates Chris is in it, and he plays his part phenomenally. The big kid with the who always wears that snowsuit.
He had the
awesome
Aquaman action
with
figure.
the Aquaman.
So secretly Ron.
Yeah, and then it's just it's kind of like a heist movie. Ron, have you seen it? Yes, no.
No, yeah, I've seen it. It's a great movie.
Yeah, I feel like
Surprisingly, I've seen it. Of all the
That's a
movies
good
I
way to
haven't
describe it.
seen.
It's like a Christmas heist movie.
it,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
it
awesome.
feels like a heist, but it's not. You know, it feels like that heist. They're like traveling all through the airport. It made airports seem way cooler to me when I was a kid than like they probably could have or should have been. The whole like part with the dad driving his like diesel biofuel truck or whatever it is, that those like little outtakes are awesome. Yeah, I love the movie. It's awesome. It's my it's up there.
I
It
mean,
was
I know
lower on that
plenty
list
of
just because like we didn't watch it together as a family a whole lot.
yeah.
The other ones on my list we did.
I think it was a good one, and like something that shows that it is a success is that there were a bunch of like copycats that came a few years later that started making things very similar, which I think shows that it at least was popular among people.
Copycat like movies?
Yeah, there were just movies that were. I'm not going to say that they were like identical, but like obviously they were like, oh, let's throw a lot of children in an airport. Let's throw a lot of children in a bus station. Like so it was very um it had like the feeling of Unaccompanied Minors.
Interesting.
Yeah, hot take. But yeah, no, I love the movie. I think it's a great number 5 pick, Matt. Colin, what's your number 5?
My number 5. So I'm gonna preface this a little bit.
Always with the pre.
Mine. I always have my own way of picking my top 5s. Mine are gonna be kind of based off of things that I watched with my family, typically, and things that I specifically remember watching with my family. So my number 5 is The Polar Express. Polar Express was something that my family, like, we would even like, over my grandmother's on my mom's side, we would sit there and we would watch The Polar Express sometimes. Like, that's just kind of what we did. So that one has a pretty big impact of just like everybody would be like, I don't know, let's watch Polar Express now.
I'm not gonna lie, Colin. I hate the Polar Express.
You don't like the Polar Express?
What?
Nah, I will go out of my way to actively not watch the Polar Express.
No, I don't like the Polar Express either. It's
Y'all are tripping. Polar Express is
it is an overplayed movie all the time.
No, it's a pretty great
I
I
movie.
don't think it's overplayed.
The best thing to come out of Polar Express is the memes of that like one nerd kid. I don't know why. I feel like it's probably because like every class in elementary school all through like
We
the
all
public
it was always on.
that's the movie that was played. I remember I think it was like 6th grade or something. There was like whispers about like, oh, during a certain period we're gonna watch the Polar Express. It was like it wasn't a planned thing, it was just like some shotgun thing. And I remember everyone losing their minds about it. And the entire time I kept thinking, why do people care about the Polar Express? Then there was like something about like you could go into the cafeteria, like if you were bad you had to go to the cafeteria and do work. I genuinely remember asking Mr. Reffert if I could go to the cafeteria to just work on something else other than watch that movie.
The man was probably shocked that a student asked to not watch a movie during school.
I think I think Miss Wells said something, and then like Miss Wells carried a lot of clout with quite a few of the 6th graders for some reason, so it just kind of
Miss Wells
carried on.
I remember that everyone loved Miss Wells.
I don't know why she wasn't like. I'm not gonna say that she was terrible, but
cancer. Was that a different one?
Yeah, I think she got a little bit of breast cancer.
I really liked her.
She definitely wasn't my favorite teacher.
I never had her, but
she didn't stand out in any way, shape, or form to me. She just felt like a teacher. I think so.
I think it was the fact she was just really nice.
Oh yeah, like she was
a genuinely good teacher. Like that's just why.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that she stood out to me though.
But yeah, no, I'm not a fan of the Polar Express though. I don't know why either. I'm kind of on the same with Zach. I think it was just a movie that was kind of shoved in me a lot. Like I think we talked about it before with like Pixar movies and stuff and Disney movies, but like movies like Finding Nemo, it's hard for me to watch anymore because it's been shoved in me like so many times.
Yeah, it's also like a story about how many times can like this kid mess up.
Yeah.
I feel like he's always dropping the ball. No, the best thing, the only thing I like about Polar Express, and Ron, and you probably know this, is when like they have to stop the train like really fast, and like the one conductor's on the front, and like the train grinds to a halt, and then there's this caribou standing there, and he just goes, "Caribou,"
and then he just releases his caribou like screech.
Yeah, and then the caribou like screams at him. Yeah,
I mean that's
Tom Hanks or the other guy.
What?
Do you mean the Tom Hanks conductor or the other guy?
No, like the fat one. That's I forget what they're doing or why they're doing it, but yeah.
I mean that's pretty much how we yell to.
The movie also looks beautiful. Like it's so well animated.
Yeah, it is a very stunning movie.
I don't really like that.
I don't like it, dude. The character models I'm not a fan of at all.
Yeah, they look dumb.
Honest. They look ugly.
Look dumb.
They look so ugly.
They all look bad.
That's a lot of cap, dude. That's a lot of cap. Whole lot of cap.
I like the environment. I think like the outside whenever they're like showing the train or like the landscape. I like that. But I think the only good character model is Tom Hanks's character or the hobo. I think everyone else just looks awkward or weird.
Y'all are tripping hardcore.
Yeah, no, I'm not a fan of the character models. That was honestly a point I was gonna bring up, but didn't know if it was too hot to.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
You'll be singing though. The Hot Cocoa song is a bop.
Does he sing in that?
Yeah, he does.
I feel like all these Christmas movies like overhype Hot Cocoa. Like they make it sound like this like intoxicating thing that like is the best part of anything.
I mean, you can't get the stuff that like you heat up in the microwave for 10 seconds. Like you have to make hot cocoa if you want to make hot cocoa.
I mean, I'm sure that way it's great, but
I'm a big hot cocoa guy in the holidays.
I mean,
I love it.
The powder, it's never really been.
No, the powder sucks.
Trash.
I mean, it's
Yeah, you have to hand make it with cream and like actual chocolate.
Yeah.
Well, I've never had the pleasure, sadly.
Zach, I'm gonna make you some for Christmas. That'll be my Christmas present.
A little bit of whipped cream, Zach.
The Starbucks one is good. One
no, Starbucks is pretty garbage.
I mean, it's just their mocha, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's like very watered down because I mean it's still Starbucks.
It's watered down. There's no water that goes into it.
I don't know. It tastes like water. I'll tell you that. I literally just had it the other day because my girlfriend wanted something like a mocha or something the other day, and I was like, I'll have a hot chocolate, and it just wasn't that great.
That's wild.
Like mine that I make at home is significantly better.
Well, I mean,
we're about to hop on the Polar Express and go to Collins then and drink some hot
That's fine.
Zach,
yo,
what's your number 5?
My number 5 is Mickey's Twice Upon a Christmas. And I said twice upon a Christmas, not once upon a Christmas, because there are 2 of them. Although the first one is good, I like the second one more. If for those of you who are unfamiliar, Mickey's Twice Upon a Christmas is a collection of 3 or 4 like kind of short, 20-minute-ish long. Like,
oh, they did that. Yeah, they did that with like Halloween and stuff.
I think so. I'm not sure. I mean, this is old. This is like I remember watching it. Like I watched this when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really love it. It tells, like I said, like 3 or 4 short stories focusing on different characters. And they always like for the first and second one, they all have like kind of like a message behind them or like some type of like spiritual, like, oh, this is why it's good to wait, or this is why you should be good, or this is like the value of helping people and things like that. So I really like how it kind of builds a message into it. They're really fun. There's one where Huey, Dewey, and Louie, the 3 like smaller ducks, they go to the North Pole to try to like, get their name off the naughty list and everything. Scrooge McDuck is in it, and who doesn't love Scrooge McDuck? But yeah. It's just a really feel good type of movie. Like I said, it's a collection of short like things, but it just feels good. And I remember watching it when I was younger. Really nice. It's like a 3D animation. It's not like the drawn type of animation how like Mickey Mouse cartoons usually are. But yeah, number 5.
I'm gonna be honest, Zach. I've never been a Mickey Mouse type person, like that whole universe of characters. Like I love Disney, but that was probably the least exciting part of ever going there. It was all the Mickey Mouse stuff. I was just not like in that childhood, I guess.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. I don't really have an opinion.
Boys, my number 4 is going back to like the family swing of things with everything we would just watch together. Is A Charlie Brown Christmas. We're a big Peanuts family, but we refused to buy Apple TV Plus to watch it, so we bought the DVDs. But yeah, no, Charlie Brown Christmas and Thanksgiving and the Halloween ones, we typically watch it around the TV every year. We kind of just get together for that. It's been some ways done since we were kids. I think like, I don't know, the Charlie Brown Christmas special came out like my mom was a kid, so it's been out for at least a little while.
Oh, they've been out for
a
long this time, dude.
Yeah, I think
whoever runs this estate is still making bank.
Yeah, I mean, nothing else really to talk too much about Charlie Brown Christmas. I think it's just a good overall classic of movies, or not movies, just specials. It's like that once a year type thing you would watch. So, yeah. So I put it in my number 4. Matt, what is your number 4?
My number 4 is also A Charlie Brown Christmas.
Oh, I didn't know you were a Peanuts guy, man.
I love all the Peanut specials. They're all super awesome and just wholesome and a fun watch.
Oh, I'm so happy. I thought I'd be the only one, honestly. Like, yeah, that's awesome.
It has made my list.
How could you not like Charlie Brown?
I'll tell you what, you want a good Charlie Brown holiday special? The Easter one is where it's at, for sure.
No, the Easter one is bad.
Dude, it's the best one, I think, personally.
Easter one is great.
I think it might be.
Yeah. I never, like, I've seen the Charlie Brown one, but I've never seen it. It's not like my family makes a point to watch the Easter one every Easter. It ain't like that with the Christmas one, which is kind of really weird because I feel like it'd be right up my mom's alley. What's that?
Halloween one might beat it out.
No, you're wrong. Dude, it is.
You can't go wrong with the Great Big Pumpkin.
Dude, but like Marcy messing up the eggs every 5 seconds, not knowing how to boil them the entire time. It's great. It's great.
Charlie will just never kick that
I enjoyed
football,
the Peanuts, but I wasn't. We never really bothered to watch them.
Yeah,
it's a shame.
You just always feel bad for Charlie Brown.
Yeah. No, you do. Doesn't he get therapy from the one woman who like is like consistently the reason he needs therapy?
Yeah, your bully could be your best therapist, Zach. Point out all your flaws so you can fix them later.
And his potential love interest.
Is that a potential love interest for him? I thought the girl that wears sandals is.
Oh, Peppermint Patty.
Yeah, I thought that's who.
I think it is.
Yeah.
But I mean his potential love interest, because like it's kind of like the same thing with like Jimmy Neutron and Cindy.
Oh, I got you.
Colin, what is your number 4?
All right, now it's back to me. My number 4 is Jim Carrey's Grinch.
Ooh.
We used to watch that all the time. I mean, it came out in 2000, so like it was easily like my entire childhood until a few other movies came out, and like well, I should say one other movie came out. But yeah, like this was something that me and my family would always watch. Like I'd be at my aunt's house and me and my cousins would just sit down and we'd put on the Grinch, like, you know, even if it was a few weeks before Christmas, and we would watch like The Grinch and a few other movies that will be on this list. And it was just a part of our like kind of Christmas kind of tradition kind of thing. Like we would just enjoy watching back-to-back Christmas movies, and this was definitely one of the ones that we'd always pick.
Yeah, I think that Grinch specifically is probably the one of the best Christmas movies to exist. Period.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it has a really cool message, I think. I like the world that they build. I don't know if you guys ever seen like videos or anything explaining like how they built like the world of the Grinch, but it's actually really cool to see like the set design and things like that they how much went into actually building the world. Yeah, Cindy Lou Who Where Are You Christmas? Great song. Has a really strong bullying message, which makes movies now.
Well, yeah, definitely
no. I think Jim Carrey's hilarious. I think
Jim
his
Carrey.
whole side thing in the is cave mountain or whatever I want to call it, his house. Those are some of the best parts of the movie. But yeah. It's how dark it is. It's crazy dark. In the beginning when he's in disguise walking around the city and he hands the kids the saw and he's like, make sure you run really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think he's absolutely fantastic, and I think he's in a weird way, he was kind of perfect for the role.
Yeah. And yeah, I think the role was built around him. Realistically, I'm sorry, it existed previously, but I think the movie was built around him.
Oh yeah. I think
I don't think the movie existed before unless he was involved.
After he decided that he was going to get involved, I think they definitely built it around him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Colin.
I hate the Grinch.
You hate the Grinch?
I hate that version. I hate it.
What?
Okay, Matt.
You're gonna say some crazy stuff like the new one is good.
Matt,
I haven't seen.
I mean, that one's good, but it's not going to beat that one out.
I hate the Jim Carrey version.
Matt, can I be honest with you?
You don't like it either.
I hate that version so much.
That version is so.
I'm so happy I'm not gonna be the only one getting hounded on for it.
It just doesn't look very good.
I don't
I hate it. It was so much fun. It was so funny.
The way it's presented.
Yeah, I think it's.
It was so funny.
You guys are wrong. Wrong side of history.
I can't go back and watch it honestly. If I'm watching it, I'm not enjoying it. Like Polar Express.
No, I won't watch it.
Yeah,
I think it's really good.
You like Polar Express, Matt?
Polar Express is good. That one sucks.
Gross. Disgusting. Unforgivable, actually.
Zach.
Yeah, you say that.
Yo, what's up?
Is the Grinch your number 4?
No, the Santa Claus 2 is my number 4.
Dude, I love the Santa.
Good pick.
I love the Santa Claus movies. I mean, I didn't see much of 3. I mean, it's not as good as the other 2, but I don't remember having some visceral hate that I feel like a lot of people did for it.
Oh, I enjoyed Santa Claus too.
No, I'm talking about 3.
Oh, 3? I thought 3 was perfectly fine.
Okay. Yeah, so the reason I love 2, I think it took the first one, where we left off with the first one, and really went somewhere with it. I think you get to see more of Scott as Santa and being Santa after having 6 years at that point, maybe even more.
He was Santa for
there was a few. There was a few.
More.
Yeah, because his son's
yeah, he's a teenager.
Yeah, he's a teenager at this point. I think it's really cool. I like to see how they built the North Pole and the whole toy factory and everything. You see it in the first one, but the majority of the movie is here, back in wherever they are, in America. Him dealing with, I'm Santa, and people thinking he's crazy. I like how this one, it's he is Santa Claus now. You see all the you see him interact with the elves and everything, and the element of being Santa Claus. And I love the opening of the movie, how it's there's a plane flying over, and it's they have elf cons, and they shut everything down, so this plane doesn't detect that the North Pole is there. And there's that one elf that is playing the song, and then the people in the plane just end up thinking they're crazy. But yeah, I think it's really cool. I love how the theme of the movie is Santa Claus, as in clauses of contracts. You get to see the other the Tooth Fairy and the Easter Bunny and stuff, other I'm sure there's a word for them, but mythical creatures, but or fantasy creatures.
Holiday creatures.
Yeah. I think it's really cool how you get to see them. And then the whole premise of the movie is he has to find a wife, otherwise he's not going to be Santa Claus anymore. Which is kind of weird going back and watching it. It's a little kind of It's less realistic, I think, now to see like that happen. But I think it's done really well. I think it's the strongest out of all of them, and it's just a really cool movie. Good movie. Watched it all the time when I was little.
Yeah, the whole like hidden meaning of the Santa Claus as a kid, that went completely over my head. I was like, oh, they spelled Claus wrong. What the heck? And then as I actually like learned what a contract is, and I was like, that makes sense. I think I saw it on Twitter. I think like years later, like in high school or something, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But boys, my number 3 to kind of spin off of Colin's is How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the original. We can
Like
all
the
agree
cartoon
that
one?
the newest one is like the most recent one, the Grinch. I think came out like
Yeah.
last year, 2 years ago. Is whatever.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, the original How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I freaking love that movie. That's definitely another one. That's a holiday gather movie that we have occasionally.
You like that one more than Jim Carrey's?
Absolutely, I love
Oh,
it.
see, I was the opposite when I was little.
Jim Carrey's is trash.
Thank you.
The movie
that's
just has
not
to
true.
exist. because of Jim
Jesus.
Carrey's version.
I don't know. I think
Oh my
like the whole
goodness.
like Whoville and everything kind of comes off a lot better in cartoon than live action. And that's
I mean,
kind
it's a
of
lot.
where I'm at.
I know. I met a lot of people our
I don't
age
like the live
who
action at all.
don't like it because like it scared them when they were younger.
Yeah.
I think my sister it
No,
was
I'm
scared
tough.
my
It didn't scare me. I'm a metal. I'm Iron Man. Nothing can.
It definitely like freaked me out a little bit.
No, I thought it was just
Like
weird.
not even low key. It's like
No, I'm sure it
kinda, like,
terrified me
weird.
honestly as a kid. But like I wasn't a big fan of it though. Like even now, just watching, I don't know. It's just kinda hard for me to
underrated
watch.
or like unrelated, but like the Cat in the Hat movie too. That shit is garbage.
Dude, the Cat in the Hat movie is so
never
good. Get
watched
that
a
out of
single
here,
It is
Matt.
hilarious.
I know
Oh
Zach
my
loves that
god,
movie, though.
when he
Look,
freaking cuts his tail off. Are you serious, man?
we're not sitting here
Dude,
saying
that-
watch it as an
oh,
adult today
that
and
movie is
enjoy it. We're
trash.
saying watch it as a child and enjoy it.
No, I'll still
That's-
stand by the Cat in the
It
Hat
kind of
movie.
sucks though,
I'll
because
still
that's the
stand by it.
reason why his estate won't let them make movies about his property anymore. Just because Cat in the Hat was so bad.
What? No, I don't think it was
live
because
action-
it was
no,
bad.
that's actually what happened.
It was
Cat
definitely
in the Hat-
messed up. They're all Matt. Go back. I think it's on Netflix. Go back and watch it. There's a lot of
no.
hidden adult jokes in that
I'm
movie.
not watching that movie. That movie is garbage, dude.
Zach, you like
wrong.
something about Cat in the Hat. I think there was like some scene or something that like
Oh,
you
yeah, dude, when
always
he-
talked about. What was the
Oh,
scene?
it's when he
It's whenever he cuts off his tail.
it's whenever he cuts off his tail during the cooking show, and he goes,
Literally the best
"You
scene.
son of a," and then it cuts. So it's like a little like as if that someone swore on TV, and like there was like had to just throw up a picture and like
Yeah.
some like jazz music or elevator music.
Like the
It-
like
I lost
Stand
my
By.
mind. Yeah, I lost my mind when I was a kid.
Oh, it was absolutely hilarious. Me and my cousin, literally for like the next 2 weeks, that's
Yeah.
the only joke that we made.
Yeah, and then whenever he has like the actual hoe, like the gardening hoe, he's like, "Get away from me, you hoe!" And then he like picks back. I'm just kidding. I love you, baby. It's great.
Mike.
Yeah, I mean, it was so many adult jokes in a kid movie that like definitely flew past us, but was still absolutely hilarious because like we liked it for weird different reasons.
Yeah. Anyway,
Um,
Santa Claus 2. That's my number 4.
Zach, we were on my number 3.
We were
How
on
the Grinch Stole
Ron's
Christmas.
number 3.
Oh, that's right. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, I forgot about that because it's such a forgettable
Just-
one.
Oh,
Ron
dude,
picked the
I
classic
love the
thing.
original. I just think the dog's so cute in both versions though. but
No, I
don't know
think
why
I think
like
the original's good. I do think.
Yeah,
the
I mean, I
original's
don't
good.
think it's bad.
I mean, the
was
original's
memeing,
it's
but
great. I mean,
I don't know. I love the original. That's one I'll stick by too, and I'll force my kids to watch. And I'll say, if you like the Jim Carrey Grinch, then you can go
You
live
can
at
get the
Zach's.
hell out of my house.
So
that's fine. I'll take
my
the
kids
kid.
probably will never see that movie. At least if I have anything to say about it. She was trash.
that'll be the meme movie, Matt.
I can't wait until the woman you marry is just like, I love the Jim Carrey Grinch.
Oh, man.
I honestly hope
I
that's
hope
the case. I
Oh,
hope
better
that's
have a
the
good
case.
lawyer. I don't know.
I want a prenup.
Matt, on a
just met-
completely unrelated
yeah,
on a
both
completely
of them
unrelated
like
note, I need a prenup. Matt, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is Home Alone 2.
Hey, Lost in New York.
Yeah, Lost in New York, dude.
It's a good one.
I just love watching like Kevin like pull his antics again.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This time because it's on a much bigger scale. Somehow scams the biggest, like most expensive hotel in New
The
York.
Plaza. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the one that Trump's in?
Yeah.
Trump's,
okay.
he makes a cameo. He's in the lobby and he gives
Yeah.
Kevin directions.
Yeah.
Because like when you're a kid and you're watching that movie, like there's nothing else you want to do besides like just be
Besides do exactly
Like,
that.
Kevin. The world
Yeah.
is at your fingertips. You can go wherever you want. Just eat all the pizza and junk food and garbage and watch TV. Like it's awesome.
I mean, if there's one thing that like movies about crimes have taught me is that one movie with Leonardo in it where he plays the guy who like scams
Catch Me If You
everybody.
Can.
Yeah, Catch Me If You Can. I wouldn't be surprised if it was just that easy to scam a hotel back then.
Oh
there's no way
no,
it
for
wasn't.
sure. Well, did you see like the interview with the actual guy who did what he did?
Oh yeah, no. I mean, he
he-
does a lot of NSA stuff now.
Yeah, well, he said that like if he did what he did back then, now he said he never would have gotten caught and he would have stolen like 3 times the amount of money that he ended up taking.
Oh yeah.
No, I feel like it's gonna be hard to like remake Home Alone, and I just because I feel like now with what kids can do with technology, dude, that kid's
can.
not like that kid is just going. Well, one, I feel like the whole premise of the movie back then, I feel
mean,
like what
Think
made
of it this way: in Home Alone 1, they had to stop at the airport and go to a payphone. Now they could just go on their iPad, and then the moms and dads can go on
Oh yeah,
the
they
phone.
have cameras all around the house and they can
Yeah.
right, yeah. They'll just go on the ring and like see everything.
Yeah.
Colin,
I mean,
the
I
kid's
think-
gonna have like a Raspberry Pi like code set up to just eliminate any intruder to come into the house.
Yeah, exactly.
Immediately.
I think that would be funny though if they did do something like that.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I love the what is it? It's like I think it's like a tweet on Twitter or something, but like someone was like talking about the Home Alone movie, and he's like, just so everyone knows, Kevin could have called the police at any moment of time in this movie. He is a murderer. He's out for blood. He loves the thrill or
Kevin's
something
vicious.
Yeah,
But the
Kevin
pranks only
was
get-
like, "You're
only
breaking
get
into my
more
house.
vicious
I'm gonna
in the
mess with
second.
you hard."
like that. Yeah.
Do the Home Alone
Joe
movies?
Pesci
Do you
is
think
hilarious.
they still stand up? Hold up, I mean.
Oh yeah, I
One
just
and-
watched it the other
one
day.
and
I
two, dude, they're
freaking
both
love Home
Freaking
Alone.
phenomenal.
They made a third one, right?
They did make a third one, and it was slightly more modern. It was like 2008 or something.
I remember.
And I
it
think that's the
being
last
pretty
one they're
bad.
gonna be able to do. It was alright.
Macaulay Culkin's still in the third one, right?
I
No,
don't think so.
No,
No, it's some new boy.
I know there was another one. I didn't know if that was the fourth or third.
No, Macaulay Culkin only did 2.
Yeah, I've been thinking of watching them. Because I know I've seen snippets of it, but I mean, I probably watched it as a kid, but I don't really remember it too much.
Yeah, I mean, they
Two are amazing.
I think they hold
And
up.
we would always watch them.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
every year, we're spinning Home Alone 1 and 2 at the place.
Yeah, we went. I forget when we went to New York. Well, was FOA Schwartz still in business, or was
Yep.
it? Was it? It was. It
at
was
least the
when
year that me and you went.
Yeah, it was
at
when
least
me
the
and
year
you
when
went.
you went.
I feel like that was either the last year or the year after that was when it was still in business.
I don't know.
Are they not open anymore?
No, they
No,
closed down.
closed. So I forget if you guys actually were able to. I'm sure you know, Matt, but Ron, that's the toy store that they're in. FOA Schwartz.
Gotcha.
FOA Schwartz had a ton of movies
Yeah.
with it because it was the like biggest toy company in New York.
Yeah, it's also right across from like the plaza, so
Yeah.
it'd be easy. But assuming
Colin.
it was on location, I guess it had to be, right?
Probably. It would make sense to me.
Yeah.
Colin, what's your number 3?
So I guess I left something out of my preface. In my preface to my list, I decided that I would just pick whatever movie out of a series instead of like, pick a bunch of movies from a series, or else my list would have been pretty simple. So my number 3 is the Tim Allen Santa Claus.
Is there another Santa Claus?
Yeah, that's the one that you're talking about, like Santa
We're
Claus
talking
1,
about
2, and
the
3.
first one.
Yeah,
Yeah. The Santa.
because it's
Yeah,
called
but is there-
Santa Claus, and I just wanted to make because there's other ones that are like the Christmas Santa Claus and stuff. So I just want to make sure
Oh,
that
okay,
it's like,
okay. I got you.
Just
So,
more,
yeah.
like, narrow down specific
Yeah.
reasons.
Tim Allen Santa Claus. I thought that was, I mean, as a kid, number 1 was one of those things where you just kind of sit there and go, "Oh wow, that would be awesome." 2, you kind of sit there and you go, "Wow, isn't this movie just a bunch of fun?" And 3, this was easily the first go-to. Like, we sat down for movie day for Christmas, and this was the first one we watched.
Yeah.
So, like, this is my mom's, like, absolute favorite. Like, we will sit here all the time and watch that movie during Christmas. Like, sometimes we'll watch it 3 or 4 times on Christmas Day.
Yeah, Colin, I don't know. I like the Santa Claus a lot, so I can agree with it.
Yeah, I mean, I just like the entire series too. So like, this is kind of just more of a series thing.
I just love Tim Allen. I'm a fan of Tim Allen.
Oh, Tim Allen is one of the best people out there. I love listening to anything he has to say.
Home Improvement,
Home Improvement.
Whole generation.
Yeah, Last Man Standing. Santa Claus.
I love Last Man Standing.
Last Man Standing is so good.
I love what he's cleaning his flintlock pistol, and what his wife's like, oh, you can't. She's like, you're really gonna clean that when like you let the kid's name is like when the kid's just like running around, and he's like, yeah. I'm really worried about he's gonna come in here, overpower me, throw me to the ground, pick up the pistol, dump X amount of black powder into the thing, run the ramrod down, take the ramrod out, drop the bullet in, run the ramrod back down, pull the hammer back, put the primer inside of the thing, and then shoot me.
Yeah. And I think something that also attests to that is like, for people who've never shot something that is a barrel loaded rifle or pistol, pushing something down that barrel is so extremely difficult. It's ridiculous. Like, I remember as a 14-year-old trying to ramrod the bullets down in there. It took so much of my strength that even like a child like probably wouldn't even be able to start it.
Yeah.
Colin, do you even lift?
No, I don't lift actually. I'm
That's probably
I'm featherweight man.
It's against his religion.
It is against my religion. They call me Mr. Glass.
Zach,
Yo,
what's your number 3?
my number 3 is Elf.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think. I mean, as Matt would say, what's been said about Elf that hasn't already been said, or what can't be said that hasn't already been said. It's a hilarious movie. Honestly, it's like it's a movie that shouldn't work as a movie at all. Like you have Will Ferrell, who I'm pretty sure at the time wasn't really, who was just like the funny guy. And like that's absolutely what he is, but like they end up able to keep all the hilarity and comedy of like what Will Ferrell brings to the table and make a genuine Christmas movie that like has a really solid message. It's super interesting. Jess from New Girl is in it.
Tyrion Lannister.
Oh my god, yeah, Tyrion Lannister's in it.
Yep.
Like, I just think it's great, and just like seeing him like deal with like the real world and like this idea that like a orphan was raised by elves. I just think it's a solid movie altogether. Like I said, really good message and feels good. I mean, as a kid, I thought it was hilarious. Now I still think it's really funny, but like, I mean, I think the biggest thing working against it right now is just like how popular it is, I guess, how much people like love the movie. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like I feel like now the movie's just been memed. Like it's hard for anywhere between like mid-November to like mid-January to not see something about Elf somewhere.
Yeah. And I think something that really helped was Will Ferrell was on the rewrite team, because I don't know if you knew this, but they initially thought like maybe Jim Carrey would be a good candidate for Buddy.
Oh, really?
So they kind of wrote it more around him.
Mm-hmm.
And then Will Ferrell kind of came in and he was part of the rewrite. And like, I think having him as a rewrite, like, and putting him on the writing team, and they were like, hey, what's a good joke and blah, blah, blah. I think they really just nailed it.
Yeah. There's actually a documentary about Elf on Netflix for anyone out there who wants to watch it. I haven't watched it, but
Really?
It looked interesting. Yeah. It's about Elf and something else, but like it compares the two, and from the, like I said, like the quick trailer thing that pops up on Netflix that I watched, it looked really, really interesting.
Elf and Elf on a Shelf. Were you guys Elf on a Shelf kids?
No, I think that wave
No.
came like right before, like right when my brother missed like the mark of what it would be. Because like my little cousin's all about the Elf on the Shelf, dude. So, I mean, still they're still young enough to be on the shelf, but yeah.
Matt, what were you saying?
My little brother liked Elf on the Shelf.
Okay. Yeah, we're not an Elf on the Shelf family, and I'm the youngest, but
I mean, I would assume so.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm more of a Lando on the Mando kind of guy,
Lando for the bando.
Lando on the Mando. I love those memes.
or a Mando in the Lambo. You know, all those.
Of Mando. If you know, you
Yeah,
know.
shout out to Mandalorian. But all right.
If you know.
If you don't. But Zach, that was your number 3.
That was my number 3, Elf. Yes.
Boys, my number 2 is the same as Colin's number 3, The Santa Claus.
Ooh.
Love that. I don't even know when I started honestly watching that movie. That could have just been something I started watching like on TV, like it was just on, like on ABC or some other movie channel, I think around the holiday season as a kid. But I really liked it. I mean, pretty much Colin already hit the head on everything, but I think the second one is good. I kind of like the first one more just because it's just, how he became Santa Claus and how he had to change his entire life and his relationship with his family and everything to just adjust to it, and get some holiday spirit back in him. But yeah, I don't know. Not much more else to say about it, but that's my number 2. Matt, what's your number 2?
Yo. My number 2 is Home Alone 1.
Home Alone 1.
God.
Yes, both the Home Alones made the list.
Is this a Home Alone top 5, Matt?
It basically is. Home Alone
Of all 3 of them.
Home Alone 1 made, for all the reasons that Home Alone 2 made my list, it just does everything better almost, I think.
Yeah.
I think because it's more like contained, they're able to tell a better story. And like this is the one movie where if like when I was going to my grandparents' place, like anytime around Christmas, we would just spin Home Alone every time. So
Yeah.
I've seen the movie probably like 100 times. And it's just such a fun watch every single time. Like all the little inside jokes that like the kids probably wouldn't get, but we might get now are hilarious. And like even like as a kid, like you watch Kevin and you just really want to do what Kevin's doing, just run around the house and like mess everything up without fear of consequence.
And abuse to grown adults.
Whenever he goes shopping, I think was the
Yeah,
best
whenever
one.
he goes shopping and has to run away from the cops.
Well, that was the toothbrush, wasn't it?
The toothbrush. He ran away from the cops, and then whenever he goes shopping in the superstore, or well, like his local grocery store, I guess it was more like that. The woman behind the counter is like, "Are you here all alone?" And he's like nailing every single question. And she's like, "Where's your mom?" "Well, my mom's waiting out in the car." "Where's your dad?" "At work." Where do you live?" "I can't tell you that." "Why not?" "Well, because you're a stranger."
Kevin is a future serial killer, dude. He covers
Oh
every
my
single
god.
case.
Like I wouldn't be surprised if they do like a whole new thing where they pull him back and then they do a serial killer thing.
They just recast him for Dexter. Just another spin-off season of Dexter.
Yeah, they might as well just say Dexter's in the same universe and he's Dexter.
I don't even know if I'm gonna watch it when the
I'll watch it for sure.
I'll probably watch it.
I feel like
I won't be expecting much
because now they're coming in with a chip on their shoulder, right? You know what I mean?
They knew what they made was garbage.
Yeah,
just like Cyberpunk, except you can't get a refund after watching Dexter, so it hurts that much more.
Refund on time, dude. But honestly, I feel like they make up for it, like with the 7 seasons previous to it.
I'll like season 3 of Dexter is like dead ass one of the best seasons of television I've ever watched.
I think it's 4, the one where Rita.
No, isn't 3 the one with the Trinity guy?
No, I think that's 4. I think 3 is like the politician dude.
It might be. Whatever season Trinity's in, that's like the best season of television I've seen.
Yeah, dude.
Like easily fucking incredible. But anyways, Home Alone is just a classic. Always gonna see spins at my place. And it's my number 2.
Colin, what's your number 2?
All right, my number 2 is Elf.
Elf
Um, Will Ferrell is one of my favorite comedians. I
Shout
think
out to the
he's
top 5
fantastic.
comedians
Yeah.
episode. You should all should go watch that.
I think Will Ferrell's like, even his new movie I know is like a little bit cringe, but even his new movie is pretty funny. I don't know what like the premise of his idea with this new movie was though. Like he must have been like
Was it
on some kind of crazy drugs.
the one on Netflix
Yeah.
where
It's the
he hears,
Norwegian
the
one.
narrator?
No, it's the Norwegian one where he's a Norwegian pop star.
Oh, I don't even know.
Yeah, it's like a weird. I don't know exactly what he was getting out of that, but I don't know. It was an interesting little thing, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Will Ferrell's a comedy genius, so he's a lot of fun. I don't know. Yeah, I mean like Elf is kind of one of those movies where like you just kind of have to sit down and watch it and enjoy it. Like I don't think there's too many people that don't enjoy Elf.
I'm sure they're out there.
Yeah, I mean like they're probably out there, but like they're probably those people that like live in mental institutions and stuff.
They're the same people that don't like Step Brothers.
Yeah, I mean like they're the same people that probably just don't like Will Ferrell movies just because Will Ferrell's in it.
Yeah.
Because I know there's people like that.
Yeah, I know a couple. It's unfortunate.
And it's like Will Ferrell's funny. Like you just got to kind of, stoop down a little bit and go, hey, just because it's not, some masterfully worked on whatever, it's still a funny like poop joke or something that he was able to make.
I like Elf, but Elf didn't really get played that much in my house.
See, Elf was like one of the only things that got played. Like that was another thing that like we would even watch Elf whenever it wasn't Christmas, just because it was one of those things.
Zach,
Yo,
what's your number 2?
The Grinch is my number 2.
I'm assuming this crappy version.
Probably.
It is the Jim Carrey version, yes. I just feel like this is like, you think of like Christmas movies and like this is one of the top 5 that just pop in someone's head. I kind of said everything I already needed to say about the Grinch. But yeah, Grinch, Jim Carrey, number 2.
Yeah, no, the Grinch is a fantastic pick. I love the Grinch.
I love it too, just not that version. But what are you gonna do?
Then you don't love it.
Well, all right.
It's all right, Ron.
Boys, we are now at the number 1 pick of all of our lists.
Yes.
And I'm going to kick it off with a movie we already talked about, Elf.
Hey.
Elf made your number 1.
Elf is my number 1.
I'm kind of shocked, honestly.
Just because it's like the funniest of the movies, I think, of the Christmas movies. And it's the one I remember the most. And as Zach talked about before, it is very popular. So it's always fun to like just vibe with someone and just spit off references from Elf. My laptop started to die. I thought I would survive throughout everything, but too much stuff's running, so it was like dying on me. But yeah, I mean, Elf was just, it's just a good family classic, I think. Just a good comedy for the kids to watch, Will Ferrell, I think it's set, at least for me when I was younger, like it set Will Ferrell up to be just, the actor that he is whenever I do watch his movies. And with all the, special guest appearances like Tyrion and Jess and everyone coming in, it kind of makes it better now that I watch just like more stuff like Game of Thrones for Tyrion or New Girl for Jess. But yeah, Elf is my number 1 pick. And also I just like to vibe with people too, like just spit off references from Elf, since it's such a popular movie. Yeah, I think it's a good. I think it's a good like, you like Elf, I love Elf. Oh my gosh, and like you'll watch Elf or something, or like Step Brothers or whatever. Yeah, Elf's my number 1.
Yeah,
Matthew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My number 1 is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. The only true.
I knew that was gonna be Matt's.
I'll just start it off. I've never seen it.
You've never seen it,
bro? How have you never seen it?
I've seen it.
Never seen it.
I've seen it a handful of times, much later in life.
That movie is absolutely hysterical.
Yeah, it's a fantastic
It
movie.
is a good movie, I will say.
Too bad. Just like all the running gags I do, like every movie's
same.
like just hilarious.
What's it even
All the way
about?
from front to basically, do you know who Chevy Chase is? The actor?
No.
Like, you don't know Chevy? Okay, so this dude is like basically trying to like put on like the perfect Christmas for his family and extended family. So he invites like both sides together to have like a big like Christmas party at this place.
Wait, his
And,
name's
like,
Chevy Chase.
Yeah,
No, the actor's name is Chevy Chase.
Like the dad. That's
yeah,
that's-
you've never.
that's-
Yeah.
dude. I've definitely heard the name, but I promise you, every time I heard it, I thought someone was talking about some type of rapper or something.
He's the same guy in Community.
I don't watch Community.
Oh, you've never watched Community? Wow. I feel bad for you.
I've been thinking of watching it. It's been in my Netflix recommended
Fantastic.
a lot.
I'm gonna start it soon probably.
Anyway, I'm sorry, Matt. Go ahead.
But he's trying to like put on like a perfect Christmas for his like family and extended family, and
Mhm.
literally everything that can possibly go wrong happens. Like none of the lights work. There's a squirrel in the Christmas tree. The cat gets electrocuted. His brother goes and kidnaps his boss because that woman wants Christmas bonus.
This is this is the movie where he's like goes on a big rant. He's like, "Merry Christmas! I need an
Yeah, the
aspirin
one
or something."
the one that they have to make a whole other version to play on cable.
Oh yeah. Okay, I know
So
what you're talking
if you
about.
see it on cable, you won't see the whole masterpiece that is the film.
That's a great part of the movie.
That's the best part, easily.
Yeah.
But I mean, Ron, if you haven't seen it, you gotta watch it, man. It's just hilarious.
I'll give it a watch. There's a lot of, I mean, we've been over this pretty much the entire time we've been friends. There's just a lot of movies that I do have to watch. I might have to quit video games for like a couple months, maybe a year, and just only watch movies.
It just seems like
Yuck.
something that you should do, like whenever you're like, winding down for the night, just throw on a movie and like watch it. Because like a lot of movies are,
Dude.
an hour and a half that are, regular movies.
Colin, here's the thing though, that this is the problem, okay? If we want to wind down for the night, that's really freaking hilarious because inevitably we're all on until like anywhere from 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock at night, if not.
Yeah,
sometimes
I mean,
4
but that's what I'm saying is like whenever he gets off, just throw on one of those movies and just watch it.
by 6:30.
Well, Ron gets off and goes to sleep. I
Yeah.
don't know. I think all of us get off.
He's usually sending us stuff for like another hour on like Instagram or something. So like
That's
if he just
actually
throws
true.
on the
This is very
movie,
True. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, but
that's
like
true.
Ron gets off work and then goes to bed.
And, like, you know what,
he doesn't have
like,
any time.
with how old the movies are, I don't see a problem with like saying a lot of the movies, I should say. I don't see a problem with him just, pressing pause and coming back after work or something and watching the rest.
I guess you're right.
Colin, what's your number one pick?
My number one pick is something that I mean I even watched it we were wrapping presents the other day and I was watching it. We put it on for just about anything that's Christmas, and that's Home Alone 1.
Good.
Home Alone, I mean, we've already said a lot of things about Home Alone, but it's one of those movies where like we're wrapping presents and stuff. My mom's talking to me. I'm on the phone with my girlfriend and I'm completely zoned out because I'm just too into the movie, and like they're both talking to me saying whatever like they want me to hear. And at one point I just remember zoning back into my mom saying, "Man, he's not even listening to you or me." And then my girlfriend laughing and my mom laughing. And I just like zoned back out after that because I was like, okay, as long as they know that I'm not listening to them. Because it's such a good movie that you just get like entranced into Home Alone, and you're just like, it's so, I don't know, it's just a lot of fun. I know I say that about a lot of things, but that's really what like determines if I like something, is if it's fun or not. I don't want something that's like, it might be entertaining, but if I don't sit there and say, did I have fun doing it, I'm probably not going to like it as much as the thing that I had fun doing.
I mean, yeah, it's a good movie.
Like,
it's a fun movie.
Like what I mean is like, a horror movie, right? I don't really find horror movies and thrillers that much fun. I think that they can be good. Like, what was the one that? No, what was the one that?
Conjuring.
I can't think of his name. The two guys from Comedy Central that do all the skits.
Oh, Key and
Key
Peele.
and Peele.
Yeah, okay, yeah. The one that he did.
Oh,
What was that? Like
Talking about
You
Christmas
mean
movies?
Get Out?
no, he's talking
Get
about a
Out.
horror
Thank
movie.
you. Thank you. Yeah, Get Out. Get Out was fantastic, but like if you sat there and you said, do you like Get Out more than Home Alone? No. Home Alone I had more fun on, even though Get Out was a fantastic story. I just think Home Alone's going to be better just because I had more fun, and I think that's really what comes down to it is what do I have more fun on is what I'm going to enjoy more.
Why are we talking about horror movies? Did I lose something?
Because
zoned
I'm
out.
explaining why it's my number one.
Okay,
Because like the things that I find fun are going to take precedence over things that are like narratively or like written better.
okay,
Because fun matters a lot more to me in movies than like narrative and stuff.
Right.
Yeah. No, I can agree with it. I mean, Home Alone series are definitely good movies.
Oh yeah.
I just haven't
And
really watched them enough to really consider them.
And it goes for number two. Number two is also played a lot. It's just like I said, I only wanted to do one from every series because my list would have just been Santa Claus and Home Alone if I did that. So I decided to cut it off a little bit and just do one from each.
I love Home Alone, but I feel like it falls in that weird place for me of like, it's like the movie that like whenever I'll be like, oh, I haven't seen that movie in a really long time, and then I'll go and like I'll put it on. But within the first 5 minutes, everything in every part of the movie just like zooms back into my head. And I'm like, oh, I know exactly what's going to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. I still think. I think even though it's like predictable, I think even though it's predictable, there's still things that like. It's kind of like whenever you rewatch like a Bert Kreischer comedy special, and you're like, I know exactly what he's going to say, but the thing is it's the way he delivers it.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing with Home Alone is like, even though you'll sit there and you'll go, okay, there's paint cans that are kind of come down off of the railing, you still laugh at it because it's still funny the way it's delivered.
Zach,
yo,
what's your number one?
My number one is Unaccompanied Minors.
Yo, number one?
That is my absolute favorite Christmas movie. I don't know why. I'm not saying it's the best Christmas movie that ever exists, but it is my favorite, and I could not tell you specifically why. I love the movie. I think it's great. I watch it at least once a year, and I don't know. I don't know. It's just something about the movie, man. Something about the movie just really connects with me in some visceral way. So yeah, that's my number one.
Well, boys, we're at the part of the show where we go through our honorable mentions. I surprisingly have 3. Originally, I only had 1, but I kind of just started thinking a little bit more after hearing your guys' list, and just kind of remembered how good some movies were, so I threw them on the honorable mentions. To quickly go through mine, one of them is just actually, the first 2 are very classic. I would think one from our childhood and maybe one from our parents. The first one, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, of course. They never let him play any gosh darn reindeer games.
The claymation one?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. There's a lot of Rudolphs out there.
Really? Honestly, I'm only familiar with the claymation.
There's mad Rudolphs, dude.
Oh, dude.
Especially during that era, he was also included in like all those Christmas movies with the claymation and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm the claymation version. Thank you. I think I've only ever seen the claymation, to be honest.
I'm gonna be honest. The other ones aren't bad. The other ones are pretty good, depending on which ones you watch. Yeah.
Heck, I think even Hallmark made one. So.
Yeah.
And the next one, at least from when I looked it up a bit, it's been regarded a lot as like the best Christmas movie, and I just watched it for the first time last year. But
holy crap!
My
dude.
number 2 is It's a Wonderful Life.
I've never seen it. Never seen it, and honestly, don't even think you can convince me to watch it. My parents want to watch it every year, and I'm just like, no.
Colin, It's a Wonderful Life is what I'm referring to seeing last year, not Rudolph.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, holy
Rudolph,
crap.
I've seen my entire life. It's a Wonderful Life, I just saw last year.
It's a Wonderful Life's been ripped off so many times. Like, you probably already know the story if you haven't seen it already. Yeah, it's probably like, not worth watching.
Isn't it like they fall asleep or something, or like they need money?
It's the guy who like has a really shitty day, and then he wishes he was never born, and then his guardian angel comes down and shows him why like thinking that way is really bad, and then they have a happy ending.
And then he's more
towards the end.
thankful about
He's more thankful
Christmas
about
spirit.
his wife. You know what I mean?
I got you.
Like that story's been done a whole lot just because it's a classic film and Hollywood
makes
has to rip it off.
It's like I Love Lucy ripoffs, just made it like a special or a movie.
Makes a lot of sense why my mom was really pushing to watch that movie my sophomore year of high school.
I mean, it's a great movie. I would not see it, but you don't really need to.
I think it's just too old, honestly, for me. I'm just like that way.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. It does
I like
hold
old
up.
Movies.
Does it?
Yeah.
No, it's still good. It's a good movie.
Like I didn't have really any complaints when watching it. I thought it was just a very good movie. I think it's my mom's favorite movie. I think at least Christmas at the very least. Maybe not for everything, but I know she loves that movie. But then I threw my number 3 in as Unaccompanied Minors.
Yo,
I love that movie. I forgot about its existence until Matt said it. I'm so disappointed in myself for forgetting about it. But yeah, no, I love that movie. I think it's a fantastic movie, way better than Polar Express. But yeah,
but it is better than Polar Express.
Yeah. But those are my honorable mentions. Matt, what are yours?
My honorable mentions. I'm gonna cheat because I'm putting the whole Santa Claus trilogy as one. They're all great. They all get spins in my household. And they barely didn't make the list. They would probably I think 2 would be my number 6 probably, and then 1 and 3. And then the other 2, the classic Rudolph obviously is awesome, and the classic Grinch as well. I watched that movie a lot more when I was more of a kid than I do now. But it's still great.
Perfect. I'm here for it, Matt. I'm happy I kind of put you after me because I thought a bunch of our lists were kind of go together a bit. So
that was not the case.
Yeah, it was just not the case. For the one time, I'm like, you know what, maybe we should do it. But oh well, what are you gonna do? Colin, honorable mentions.
So my honorable mentions, I got Christmas Vacation, because it is an absolutely hilarious movie. It doesn't get as many plays as the other ones did, so that's why it didn't make the list. Another one would be Nightmare Before Christmas. That's usually something that I watch. I consider it more of a Halloween movie, especially since it came out in October and it came out for Halloween. But I still watch it for Christmas because it's still fun. And then something that isn't a Christmas movie, but usually gets plays is Harry Potter. We usually after we go through all of our Christmas movies that we want to watch, we usually turn into Harry Potter and we watch Harry Potter for the rest of the day.
Harry Potter, a Christmas movie?
Dude, I don't know what it is, but yeah,
it's always on around Christmas. But I was always confused by that.
You know what it is? Around Christmas, doesn't ABC play them all in order?
Yeah, they always play them on Christmas. And here's what's crazy is when I remember when I was younger, back when I actually watched television, they do such a good job of making sure whenever you click on Harry Potter, it's always on the Christmas section of whatever movie you're on. Every time, inevitably during Christmas, you're always. I think they just have it in a loop until you click on it, and then it just plays the rest of the movie.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, that's the thing is crazy. In the Harry Potter books, there's all the things are celebrated, and in every movie they try to celebrate Christmas in some way.
Yeah.
So it kind of works in a way as Christmas movies, even though the Christmas part of it is only 10 minutes or so.
I thought you were gonna say Die Hard.
Oh no, Die Hard. I mean, Die Hard's good. I don't know if I would watch it on Christmas, and I don't care if you think it's a Christmas movie or not. I just genuinely don't care about that argument.
I've never seen it.
Have you never seen it?
I've never seen it either.
Never seen it.
It's a fantastic
What's his
movie.
name from
Jake Peralta.
Jake Peralta always referencing Die Hard. I'm like, okay, it's just Die Hard.
Yeah, no, Die Hard's a fantastic movie. I just don't care if you call it a Christmas movie or not. I just watch the fucking movie.
I actually know more about Die Hard because of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah,
than anything else.
I believe it.
Zach, what are your honorable mentions? Wrap up the show.
All right, so my honorable mentions. My number 1 is Fred Claus. If any of you know, do you know, Ron? I don't know why. Dude, Vince Vaughn. He is Santa Claus's brother. Something happens to Santa Claus. He has to step in because like his brother has like a back injury or something, can't deliver presents, so he has to go in and deliver the presents. Has this chip on his shoulder because like he wasn't Santa Claus, so like he's like lived his whole life. He's just a normal guy at this point whose brother's Santa Claus. Great movie, awesome movie. And no cap, this one, Daddy's Home 2. It is. If you have not seen Daddy's Home 2,
I've never seen either of them.
I haven't seen it either.
I'm pretty sure the first one's bad. I don't know, but the second one takes place during Christmas, and it is an amazing movie. John Cena's in it, Mel Gibson's in it, Mark Wahlberg, Will Ferrell. It is a awesome Christmas movie. And then the final one is called The Ref. Do any of you know what this movie is?
No.
My mom and dad watch this movie every year, and at some point when I got older, I started watching it with them. It's the guy who voices Diego from Ice Age, like that actor.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
He gets out of prison or something, and he pulls off I forget exactly the details of the movie, but basically what ends up happening, he breaks into this house on Christmas Eve, and he holds this entire family hostage. And this family is super dysfunctional, but he holds them hostage, and they have family that come to visit them. So he's holding them hostage, but like he makes up this entire story of like he's a guest to the family, but it's crazy. It's a hilarious movie. Kevin Spacey's in it. I know we canceled Kevin Spacey, but it's a great movie. It's such a good movie. Like the entire time, like the family's having problems. Like the wife and the husband are arguing the entire time. They're saying like all kinds of stuff to the point that this dude, he's holding them hostage, but he's just annoyed. He's just annoyed with all of them. So really good movie. Really good movie.
Well, boys, that's the end of this episode of Top 5. Thank you all so much for listening to today's show, and let us know whose list you agree with the most. If you like what you heard, please be sure to leave a like, rating, and share our podcast. Just as a heads up, we are not going to be posting a new episode this Sunday. We're going to take a week off and come back with some new content for the new year. So have a happy holiday, everyone, and have a happy new year. We'll see you all next time.
See you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Happy holidays.